I'll start this video with the fan running. Just so you can see there is a fan running in here. It's the shutter effect is causing it to look slow, and it is. It is a typical fan running at the usual sort of speed. It's a quiet fan though, this one. It's a generic eBay fan. I'll point it up the way so you can hear inevitably the draft blowing across the microphone probably. Yes, you probably heard a little bit of wind roar there. I shall unplug it now. Now that we have ascertained there is a fan and it's illuminated, it looks quite nice. The picture in the front, the thumbnail picture of this was the light shining onto the filter through this, because that's what this is. This is an experimental attempt at creating an air filter that just sits in the corner of a room quietly, and it draws air down from the top and expels it out the bottom. It just continually circulates air, but it does it through a filter. And initially I was looking at HEPA filters online, and you can buy the full filter units. You can buy a little machine. It's this, but in a nice round case with a little click on, click off button. But there was no indication of where you get the filters from. And to me, like, one of the most important things of something like this is it must have easy to get filters that you can change on a regular basis, because as they gather dust, they're going to block the pores in the filter. And the price range ranged from about, on eBay, it ranged from £20 to £400, depending on how many bells and whistles and how powerful the fan was. But I decided to investigate the filters, and originally I went on eBay to look for HEPA filters, and I found some HEPA filters, but they're all kind of not really suited to a DIY device. And then I found some research that showed that mould spores are typically 4 to 20 micron, dust is 1 to 100 micron, and something as simple as paper towel is capable. This was a testing done during the sort of COVID era, which is still running at the moment, but the test was done on various materials to see how well they filtered particles. And where the paper towel wins is because it's not a woven crisscrossing fabric with holes through it. It's actually a scattering of like wood fibre. It means that this is extremely good. And the paper towel was tested as filtering out 96% of 1 micron particles. Blue shop towel, this sort of coarser, thinner stuff, was capable of filtering out 87%. So I thought, okay, let's design something. And initially I was thinking a big wooden box with a big matrix of holes in the top, and actually getting entire sheets of kitchen towel and actually place them on top of it. Then I realised that as well as you making a box that does that and does so quietly, you could also build it into existing furniture. But initially, I thought I'm going to make a prototype like this for smaller sheets. And if you look at this 3D print, you can see there's these recesses. My first thought was the existing mesh filters you get for these fans, to put it on, and then to place a piece of soft tissue over the top, and that kind of works, but I found it wasn't necessary. When I started designing it, I decided, well, I can put little spars across, and if I plug this in now and just drape this fine tissue across it, this is toilet tissue by the way, then it actually draws it down quite firmly onto the top. There's a slight vibration here just because it's on rubber feet, and the fan is not perfectly balanced, but it draws that down. And you can actually, if you can feel the air flowing through your fingers when you put that above like that. So it is dragging the air through. And likewise, you can feel the air flowing out the bottom of it. But it got me thinking, you see, I suppose you could put this right down on the fan itself. This is a standard 120mm computer fan. It's an eBay fan that I chose, a generic one. I chose a quiet one. Let me show you a non-quiet one. This is a cheapy one. It says Eco high sensitivity 5 volt fan, 12 volts, 2.2 watts. This is a more, shall we say, industrial fan. Listen to the sound difference. Yeah, that's a lot louder. I mean, it's more useful. You could tame this down. You could run it at lower voltage or put pulse width modulation on it. But for a general ambient, the point of this is it can be, if it's quiet and low power, it can just be left running 24/7 in the corner of a room, casting a gentle glow because it's got the LEDs, and just gradually pulling air through and gathering particles into the paper. But some of the thoughts that came to mind were, you could have put this straight down onto the fan, but I don't know. I think it's beneficial to have an air chamber above it. Now, I screwed up actually. The original design was quite coarse. It was very boxy and square. It matched the fan. And then I thought, I'll make it look more curvaceous. I'll put these curves. I regretted that because it turns out the fans, actually, the circular part comes right up almost to the edge of the housing. So I'm going to redesign that to actually have a cylindrical one. But I think you can tell me what you think of this, that it's helpful to have this cavity here, this void, to act as a buffer for the fan and to let it pull a negative pressure in this void that will help buffer it out. The base, I've also changed my mind since. It was a housing with these solid legs that taper down and little rubber feet. And the main thing is to keep it off the ground to allow good airflow. This is where building it into furniture would be quite good, because if it was pulling air down through a paper towel placed on top of a piece of furniture, you could then have the fan right at the bottom of the bit of furniture, and it would be, the separation means that it wouldn't just be circulating the air locally. It will always be bringing in new air, but there is, what you effectively get is an air short circuit. The air that's being pulled in gets blown out the bottom, but because there's a negative pressure at the top, it will then circulate back round. And it will continually circulate air in the room, but it will just take a bit longer to do so because of that. It helps to have them, if it, it would help if it was mounted sideways perhaps and just blowing out to the side. But one of the reasons I made it this size because it matched the fan, but one of the advantages of that is it just so happens to turn out that toilet tissue, which is perhaps thinner than normal stuff, you could use 2 layers, it just nicely drapes across that. You can place it across and it sucks down onto it. And unlike the expensive HEPA filters, when it's collected any amount, you could do it every single day. It's like, how much is a roll of toilet paper effectively? You could just take that off, put it in the bin, and you could just tear off a new filter and place it over the top, and it would immediately suck in place and start filtering the air again. So that solves the whole it means that you can literally change a filter every day if you desire. And they do. It holds itself on solidly to the point that, it won't fall off until you turn the power off to the fan and then it slides off. But I'll show you some doodles and I'll get your thoughts on this, of if this is a good idea at all and the best way to go ahead with it. So I'm going to bring in the notepad and I'm going to doodle some stuff. So I'm going to focus down onto that. So the question is, if, say, for instance, you have the fan, does it have an advantage having the cavity above that, the air void above that, to act as a buffer zone? Because here's the blades. I get the feeling that it's going to give it it's going to actually act as a sort of buffer and even the airflow, but it's also going to allow the airflow to be drawn in from the whole air, the surface, as opposed to just at the sides above the fan blades. The choice of material, what I was saying there about if this is standard cotton, and they found that cotton isn't too bad, but the more exotic fabrics, because they're based on this sort of weave, then the particles, they could actually go through that. And if you hold them up to the light, you can actually see how well they pass the light through. Basically speaking, if you hold it to the light, a bright, sharp point of light, and you can see specks of light through it, then that's not so great. But the wood, because the wood fibre is all these interwoven just mishmash of fibres, it means there aren't those voids, well, they're not big enough voids for that to go through. And the thicker, more luxurious paper towels you get, it's going to impede the airflow more, but it is effectively going to be a much better filter. And the air is still going to flow through it. As long as it can get some air through it, it's going to have that filtering effect. So my thoughts for redesigning this is just possibly the next 3D printing session, is perhaps to make a plate with a circular section underneath it that acts as the air void, and then the mounts will actually be connected to that by fins just for ease of 3D printing, but this plate at the back will just be a flat plate. And it'll be around, that flat plate will have the holes in it. And since it's going to be a round channel above the fan, I thought maybe just, it means I can also use a simple loop algorithm. I can actually just put lots of holes through that in a pattern to actually give it a more stylish look. You could print it in a sort of wood finish PLA, and it would just make it look sort of ornate wooden holes that suck and hold that paper on. It's just thoughts. The legs, instead of doing this base, I thought I did 3 because the triangulation means it's less likely to vibrate, but in reality, it's going to be easier just to print 4 separate legs that are basically hollow. They've got a hole in the end and they screw into the base of the fan, into each of the fan holes. And they'll just have a little lip at the end that will accommodate that little rubber foot that I put in those. The rubber feet work quite well. It's extremely quiet. I had this running last night in my bedroom. It didn't keep me awake at all. The glow is nice, the illuminated ones. For a bedroom, I'd perhaps suggest red LEDs because the red LEDs have a sort of, it's known that the red light is sort of calming. I think it's down to the fact that when we were newborn, that's the first light we experience shining through our mums, basically, into our closed eyes. That's just a theory, though. But that's it. A cheap fan, a disposable paper filter that can effectively filter to the best part of 1 micron. That is just, rip it off, put a new one on, you buy them in the roll. You could literally, it's going to cost a few quid for the whole year's supplies and they're always going to be available from your local supermarket. But what do you think? Is the air void a good idea? Or is there any disadvantage to just mounting it straight down onto the top of the fan and ending up with a low profile unit? I'm not sure there. But I'm going to do this one and we'll see how it goes. But let me know what you think. I think it has potential, but as I say, I'll let you guys chime in and tell me if you think this is a good idea or not. Does it have any real use? I suppose ultimately the best way to see how the filtering is working is to put the paper on, leave it running for a good length of time, and then just look at it and see if there's any discoloration where the air has been passing through these holes as versus the sort of support barriers here. But interesting stuff. It's an interesting project. I will be continuing with this.